I would always fix these things on the surface level, and so whenever something hard would raise its ugly head, I didn't have any kind of tools to handle it. I thought I had fixed this already, but no, I didn't go deep into the dungeon of my soul to say, okay, what is making you a quitter? What is making you a weak man? What is making you afraid? That's why I kept on quitting and going back to start, not knowing how to get through hard times. That's why I tell people I'm not a theorist. I didn't study any book. I literally put myself in the fire repeatedly. Like a sword, you put a sword in the fire repeatedly. If you keep on doing that, you're going to get a nice sword. Then you keep on beating it. You've got to beat the hell out of it. And that's what I am. I became that. I said, okay, we can't quit. We've got to figure out why you are this way. Why are you this man? What is wrong with you? What's going on here? So I kept on putting the sword back in the dagon fire, and I just beat it harder and harder. Before I knew it, I started realizing, all right, man, the brain is starting to get hard. I'm no longer a theorist. I'm now a practitioner. I put it in hell. I dissect it while it's in hell, because you can't dissect anything in a normal environment. You can't dissect anything in 72-degree weather. You must put it in the freezer and freeze the hell out of it, and then you dissect it. Dissect it when it's miserable. Dissect the brain when all it's thinking about is, I need to get out of here, man. I want to get out of this freezer. You open the door and it says, nah, 5 more seconds, man. 5 more seconds in the freezer. That's when you start to pick that brain apart. And that's what all this stuff did to me. I kept on putting myself back into the freezer or the fire and beating the hell out of myself mentally and physically. Before I knew it, this is what happened. For too long in my life, I wanted to be accepted. Growing up, I lied. I did what I could to fit in, like saying I liked UFC when I didn't. I loved it. I loved it, man. I'd say, let's go watch it, man. Be my friend. Be my buddy. That weak ass. I found out through this path of life who David Goggins is. Who am I? So going through all this, I did it alone. There was no trophy on the wall, no trophy on the mantle. That trophy is in my brain. No one helped me get there. No one paid my bills. No one did shit for me. No one ran those miles, lost that weight. I suffered on my own and developed this man who said, that's who I am, man. A very competitive, ultra-competitive dude. Take it what you want, man. I call that personal sovereignty. Exactly. There are not a lot of people that have that. That's me. There are a lot of people that change who they are depending upon what others want from them. That's important, man. Most people struggle their whole lives to find out who they are, struggle their whole lives to find out what defines them, what they actually enjoy, and what they don't. If you start putting yourself in situations that suck, you'll find yourself. Yeah, you'll find it real quick. Whatever the hell you're going through, it takes a lot of patience, a lot of time, and a lot of pitfalls. You'll hit so many plateaus. If you don't know how to get around that plateau, it's not going to happen fast. Yeah, everybody wants to hack. There is no hack, man. They have the woe is me mentality. It's too hard. Life isn't fair. These things in life are not easy for me. You look to your left, you look to your right, and you start to judge yourself against other people. Like if you're a female, you might think, well, she's skinny and she doesn't work out as hard as I do. Everything starts to corrupt your mind. You start to look around too much at what other people are doing, and that starts to corrupt your own dialogue. We are judging ourselves against too many people. You have to judge yourself against yourself. And that's the one thing I started learning. Man, this isn't a race against me and Rich Roll. This race is against David Goggins and David Goggins alone. Once you can silence all that outside interference and things that are attracting your mind to everything else, you can then start to grow and realize, I'm stressed out for no reason. This is my own little race. This is my own timeline, and this is how I'm going to run it. I think that so many people are so disconnected from themselves. They're operating on autopilot. They're reacting to their environment. Even when given the opportunity to set a goal for themselves, they generally don't set the right goal, right? Because they don't know what the hell they're doing. They don't even know who they are. Fundamentally, that's the big thing, man. And that's why it was important for me to finally realize, stop being all these fake people I used to be. Stop being afraid. There was no growth until I cut myself down to nothing, to the person I really was. Being in shape, that's the number one thing I put in front of making money. I really do. I think that being in shape gives you an advantage in business. Physical stature in a man when he walks into a room, and his ability, like I said, to look you in the eye, body language, it garners respect. In my opinion, it can get you further in business. You could be a very rich guy and walk through the grocery store and nobody would know. You can't say that about fitness. You get to carry that with you everywhere you go. It gives you an advantage. The worst thing you can do if you have a problem is sit and complain about it all day. Action always wins. Momentum, speed, power, forward, forward, forward. How quickly is it done? The sooner it's done, the sooner it makes money. If it takes 2 days instead of 1 day, that's 1 extra day we've lost. We can never make money during that time. If you want to be a millionaire, do things quickly. When you're not where you want to be in life, and if you're listening to this and you're just not satisfied with your position in life, it's hard to think that way. All you want is that thing, but you've got to, somewhere along the line, figure out how to enjoy yourself. Somewhere along the line, figure out how to just go as hard as you can, but also enjoy it. Try to enjoy it, because that changes the whole tone of the experience. I think that makes you more successful. I really do. Because I think you have more energy, you have more focus, and you collect better energy around you from other people. They feel your energy. They're inspired by the way you live your life and how you treat people. They want to do a similar thing. They want to do what makes them feel that way, and they want other people to feel that way as well. It's got the butterfly effect. It just goes through all the people around you. This is what reality is. Hi, I'd like to play the game of life on Earth. Sure, no problem. Let me explain to you how it works. This is a free-roaming virtual reality game that you play from a first-person perspective. Think of it like Grand Theft Auto, but instead of being behind the character from a third-person perspective, you are the character in first person. Oh, okay, so where's my pad? Oh, no, that's not how it works. In a game like GTA, you would move around using the gamepad. In this game, it's not like that. You control everything by thought alone. You just have to think it, and it happens. Wait, so if I want to move my character forward, all I do is think it? Yeah, pretty much. Every part of your character you want to move is done by thinking it. Everything in this game is done by thoughts. Okay, now I've been told that I can create any life that I want. How do I do that? Again, everything in this game is done by thoughts. Let me put it in a different way. Your thoughts create your reality. Okay, so if I want to create any reality in this game, I can. And the way that I control this game isn't with a pad, it's with my thoughts. Therefore, my thoughts are what I'm using to play this game. Yes. Oh, okay, so how do I start the game? You put this headset on and think yourself into the game. Now you, the you that's here, doesn't go into the game. An extension of you does. You become the higher self, the extension part of you that's in the game, and then you guide your extension part through the game using your thoughts. You send energy toward it, and whatever energy you send toward it, that's the energy you're going to receive back.